Fucking music, man.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Oh.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Powers through him. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams.
Nice run, baby. Let's go.
He's inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They tried a 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
First carry for James Conner. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Nice.
Intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points.
Come on, bro. Block somebody.
Gets home, down he goes. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Being chased out left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. There's Wilson to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And now the up man has
Come on, bro.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Burrow looking to pass. Open net is Waddle, complete. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the counter, it's Connor. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. They hand off to their big tight end. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Play action. It's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across...
Nice!
Intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Come on.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
What up, chat?
Now Wilson on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. 7 yards the pick up there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete. Okuebuna.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Like y'all can hear that shit.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. Touchdown! Jerry Judy, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now. Not even.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Miami.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate.
I don't know if it's about
that. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
So that challenge, a successful one. And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
That was huge, man. That was a huge pick.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Players making moments of big-time fucking time. Big-time moment.
This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, They want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that
I can't fucking switch my fucking...
They can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Here's Fuller with a catch. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Burrow on first down. And going deep for Hill. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in.
I fucking pressed it into the press, bro.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime.
I pressed, bro. I fucking pressed on his ass, and for some reason, I tried to show blitz and then fucking man align and then show blitz, and it fucked me up. I should have done that shit.
Change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is Jakeem Grant. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
First down. Here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Buying time to his left. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be a third and about 13. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing.
Click on
They're going to be
pick 'em
counting
up.
on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They go play action with Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Forced out to his left. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow escaping the pressure right.
There we go.
Here's another interception. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And Ginkle. Ginkle, sweetie, I'm home. Ginkle, tinkle, tinkle, armpit, yeah.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll hand it off now. Williams.
Get in there!
Into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now McManus to tack on the extra point.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is.
The wind ain't no fucking joke. Every game I fucking play, the wind is crazy.
Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
I don't understand why he don't utilize that motherfucking more, bro. That he was so fast. He's fast as fuck.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Being chased out left. Now Burrow loses the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
What the fuck?
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Burrow looking to pass. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Sanders on for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Oh.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do?
Come on, bro.
You're taking charge.
Damn.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Flush to his right. Look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw.
Got to stay up, bro. He's got to stay in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36.
Russ is awesome, bro. That's stupid.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at
This wind is no fucking joke, man.
KJ Hamler returning it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time
he gone.
in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A huge play there for Denver. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You just got to get in, bro. 1 yard? 1 yard.
Williams.
Fucking 1 yard, bro.
He was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Burrow. He's got it complete to Waddle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Again, a run with Connor. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing, Burrow. Connecting with Hill, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy.
And what the fuck?
They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Flushed out right. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Burrow. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all. And they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Denver, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.